If you're the sort of person who takes 2 weeks off and then comes back to the business and you're already firefighting, you're already being pulled into just about every situation, then this one is probably for you. Always on your phone as a business owner, but in some ways, people who work 9-to-5 jobs are expected to stay until 10 p.m, for example. The idea is the same, right? We normalize this idea of staying late, whereas a business owner who's always on their phone, that's kind of not been normalized. So in my view, it's the same thing. If you're the sort of person who takes 2 weeks off and then comes back to the business and you're already firefighting, you're already being pulled into just about every situation, then this one is probably for you. And it's a tale as old as time, right? You see, business owners who are checking their phone all the time, saying yes to meetings. I know because I do it, And actually, to be honest with you, there's this, kind of idea of, always on your phone as a business owner. But in some ways, people who work 9-to-5 jobs are expected to stay until 10 p.m, for example. I mean, I'm probably exaggerating a little bit there, 10 p.m, but the idea is the same, right? We normalize this idea of staying late, whereas a business owner who's always on their phone, that's kind of not been normalized. So in my view, it's the same thing. As business owners, we have to make that call ourselves. So we have to kind of give ourselves those boundaries. And I suppose this is really what I'm trying to kind of touch on with this firefighting thing, because if you're taking 2 weeks off and you're coming back and you're still firefighting, then probably, there's something more. This is symptomatic of something else that is in your business that isn't working, maybe. Because if you can't take 2 weeks off and then everything not go wrong, then I would argue that maybe there's something that needs looking at there, So I want you to have a think about that idea in itself. So if you were to take 2 weeks off, what would be the first thing that would break in the business there? Because now we're looking at a real case. If we can find this, if we can think about what that thing is, your business, so you're in a better position to kind of make this real for you and make this make sense. So I don't know whether you own a trades company, what's going on in that business that if you to take a step away, so 2 weeks and go to Mallorca or somewhere more fun, I don't know, and come back, what is the part of that business for you that isn't going to be running smoothly? What's the fire that you're going to be pulled into? When's your phone going to be blowing up? Probably you were checking it whilst you were away anyway. These are the kind of things that we need to look at. I mean, this is what I work on with my clients. These are the sort of questions that I ask my clients all the time. Because if you're going to take time off and something breaks, all you're doing is highlighting something that already existed there. Because if it broke when you got back, it was broke when you left, right? Let's face it. So this is why I'm trying to kind of get you to think about this ahead of time. So looking ahead, I don't know, maybe you've got 2 weeks planned to go away. So let's think about it. What could break in that time? What do you want? What fire do you not want to come back to when you come back from your 2 weeks off? What do you not want to have a light shone on when you come back to realize that it's actually an issue? Because what I notice a lot of the time is that people give you advice and say this is what went wrong, and this is what you should have done, kind of thing. But the thing is that treats the symptom as opposed to treating the problem. So it's all very well saying this is what went wrong, but what can we do ahead of time to prepare ourselves? What can we do to fix the underlying problems that are in the business? So I want to kind of play this back to you and just say, if you left for 2 weeks, what is the first thing that you think would break within that business? And if you don't know that, then maybe you need to take some time to think about that. Maybe you need to take a look at your processes and have a think about it properly. And if you want other questions that are going to help you to grow your business and grow you as a business owner, then just hit the link below and then you'll get 10 questions that are going to help you challenge your thinking and challenge the way that you go about things. Because ultimately, if we just follow the norm and we follow the same pattern every day, that's not how we grow. That's not how we build our businesses. So hit the link below and then you get your free guide. It's going to give you 10 questions that nobody else is going to ask you.